Hey guys! Hold on a second. Oh my god. It's just like, why is it here? Oh my goodness. Alright. Okay, so, hey guys, Kitty Sapphire here, and it's been a very, very long time since I last seen you guys. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well on this wonderful Tuesday evening. This live stream is going to be a little bit on the short side because I have tons and tons of things to do, and it has to really do with what's been going on for the past few weeks. A lot of changes has happened since I've been MIA. First of all, I want to say thank you so much, guys, for just being around and still being there and still watching my Facebook and supporting me any chance you get. I've been working really hard on Patreon these past few weeks as well. But I want to get into the crux of it here and there, because I feel really bad that, there wasn't really a live stream sooner regarding all these changes. But, sometimes changes happen in a drop of a dime, and you have to work with what you have thus far. And then when you actually have time to actually have some rest time, which unfortunately I don't have much right now, that then and only then you can actually really go into the great nooks and crannies of what's going on. But so a lot of you are probably wondering, well, Kitty, where have you been? It's been a while. You did say that you were going to do all these reviews and stuff like that. Well, unfortunately, the biggest changes that have been happening is life, for the most part. I have just recently got a new opportunity here, and it's definitely something that's worthwhile, and I'm working really hard to basically keep that and progress with it. But because of the fact that this is the beginning stages and I'm going into a transitional period, especially when you're balancing a lot of stuff as far as working with another employment and still trying to do what you love, such as doing the live streaming, playing video games, traveling, doing the conventions and the convention hall, and still doing my artwork, and then actually finally finding a team to work on the manga, something that I've been dying to give you guys for the longest, and finally all this stuff is happening. But at the same time, certain things unfortunately have to be ahead of the long list of stuff. So unfortunately, I hate this word though, but prioritizing, because this is a word that is often used when you're talking to an authoritative type of body, parent, teacher, or anybody that you look up to, a guardian of some sort, would use this as like, you're not prioritizing right, or your priorities are in a disarray. And unfortunately, priorities, of course, is different for everybody because of the fact that, things are just different for people from time to time. So, because of that, unfortunately, I had to pick and choose of what I really wanted to do. And it basically called out to the fact that, hey, do I really want to become I'm trying to figure out the best way to express this instead of being so long-winded, because a lot of people's like, well, get to the meat and potatoes. Well, I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes of this. The fact of the matter is, I had to really pick and choose of what was really important for the given time, and what took less time for me because of the fact of all these changes and transitions and going from one place to another. I had to choose what I really wanted to do. And yes, I do like being a YouTuber. I still want to continue doing it. But my heart and soul really comes from a place of manga, place of anime, place of artwork. And that's what I chose for the time being to work on for a bit. So basically, the manga that I finally promised you guys, I have some art and more concept art is on the way. So please, if you guys want to take a look, I will be putting up a couple of chapters here and there. I on the writing end, I think I got maybe 1, 2, working on the 3rd, 4, and 5 chapters in the process, and still doing concept art. So if you guys want to see it, if you guys want to participate and get some really cool stuff, and please, all the support, whether it's vocal, or if you guys have a little bit of finances to finance it, it would be really nice. I really want to bring this thing to you. So I had to really choose what I really wanted to do. Did I want to do reviews of certain, mediums that I like, which I do, because on Netflix it's really fun. Watching all these different types of movies and stuff that I like that is not necessarily anime oriented, like The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, or Dracula, or The Witcher, or, Legacy. I like talking about those things, but do I really want to full on do a review or turn this channel into a more review channel instead of what I like to do, which is anime and manga? Like, the last anime that I have to say that I watched was Cells at Work, and that was because it just so happens to be on Netflix, and for the longest I've been wanting to see that. And I also hear that they're doing a 2nd season where it's a lot more serious of a tone, called Cells at Work Black, which unlike the other one, which was really goofy and happy, even during the episodes with the cancer cell, was considered to be touching and saddened at the same time. But this particular season is going to go for a much more serious tone. Cells at Work was the last one, and I'm struggling to get through My Hero Academia season 4. It's not the fact that I don't like it, because I like it. I love it thus far. It's just, unfortunately, trying to cut and pick and choose of what's more important. And it's tough. It's tough. It's really tough. And then on top of that, with this transition of a new opportunity, and dealing with my job and dealing with other stressors of life, I got accepted to another convention this coming weekend. And it's a Pokemon tournament, so preparing for that, and it's been tough because now I'm doing crunch time. I wouldn't recommend. I wasn't. Again, unlike some people, they were like, "Oh, you're procrastinating." I wasn't procrastinating. It's just things have been quite a hectic lately, and I had to put that on the back burner and stuff like that. And now it's the week of the convention, so I have to really focus on that. But yeah. So I haven't had the chance to really talk about anything or do anything else besides focusing on that stuff. Like, there's some videos that I've seen on YouTube where, I wanted to put in my 2 cents about the new Pokemon Express Pass. I recently got a Galarian Slowpoke. Sorry, not Slowbro. I don't want to basically give people false information, but I got a Galarian Slowpoke. I'm really interested in this extended pass. A lot of people are, really happy about that, especially the fact that before Sword and Shield, people were really unhappy that the Pokedex was cut down, and, now they're reinstating a lot of the Pokemon that were missing, including a lot of the legendaries. Even though I can understand, to a certain extent, some other YouTubers that are complaining about, well, having the legendaries in the Galarian region, it makes the legendaries themselves become less special. And I can understand that. I can understand that highly. So, you know, but they have a Galarian form. That's also another thing. So I'm wondering maybe later on in Generation 9, are we going into other regions? We have Palos, which is in Pokemon Masters, which is more of like a Spanish or off the coastline type of region. Of course, Galarian region, you have Unova, excuse me, and some other parts of where a lot of them take place in Japan and Kalos and Alolan, you know, Hawaii and Kalos being Paris. So, you know, I was wondering if they're going to do regions, you know, they should do India, since they did mention that Kaparaja and Koopfan, which is like the new elephant Galarian Pokemon, or sorry, the new Pokemon that were introduced, that they come from a very far away region. Also, again, like I said, I'm all for a Chinese region, a African region, you know, Nigeria or somewhere South African, or even Egypt, or even combine all those three regions together. It would be nice. A South American region, like something of the Amazon. Oh God, the Amazon is like burning. Never. I'm sorry. It's just like, you know, now that I think about it, it's like, oh my God. And then Australia, but of course that can also be dangerous, especially the fact that they're dealing with a lot of rain over there right now. So, but yeah, I would have loved to do a whole entire video about the expression pass, about the Pokemon. Heck, I want to do something for, you know, the 25th or the 27th, because it's Pokemon Day. Happy Pokemon Day. You know, you guys know me. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, but you know, with all the craziness that's has happened, it's been kind of challenging to keep up with these videos, and I really, really, really still hope you guys still enjoy them. I will be doing, you know, I'll still do videos. I'm not like going anywhere. Like the title, it states, it's like welcome back, and it's like sort of, it's just that the scheduling won't be as stable as I would like it to be. It will be at a given point or a given time that it will be just until I become free again, until things start to settle down. I'm no longer in this transitional state. Unfortunately, it will be less of the conventions. So, you know, I might have to ask you guys for huge favors, you know, later on down the line. You know, actually, even now, it's kind of challenging and hard because of how things are. And I'll basically, you know, put links on it and, you know, go into grand detail on Twitter, on Facebook. So, you know, if you guys want to know exactly what I'm talking about, I'll put that huge explanation in Twitter and Facebook probably after this video. If not today, definitely the latest tomorrow. So, yeah, unfortunately, the schedule that you guys will know and the things that I will post up here will be a little bit more far and few between. And it breaks my heart to say that, because of the fact that I really love you guys. I really like talking to you. Your comments are funny and makes me laugh. And then also on top of that, seeing the several people that come and share this space with me, Duck-sama, who shows up, and you know, on occasion my siblings come up, or some parts of my family like to be goofy on here. So you know, don't worry, we'll still have, you know, those bits of craziness here and there, but it won't be as frequent as I would like it to be. Also, for all those Pokemon fans, maybe I'll do something once a week. You know, I'll pick a single topic, you know, and we'll talk. Like, I really wanted to do that huge, extensive review based on cells and work and compared to see how close they were. But I think I might have to wait until season 2 comes out, because then that adds on to more of the plethora, and it's like, oh, so I have to go back and do the research and all that and stuff. So, you know, I might want to wait a little bit for that. Also, the fact that I'm excited not only for Pokemon, but the new Final Fantasy game, the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It looks gorgeous. I know there's a couple of bits of controversy, but it's not what it was. You know, it's not you know, it's, I feel it's being taken too far, but you know, it's like, you know, your interpretation is what it is. But Final Fantasy VII looks really good, and I'm looking forward to playing it. And then on top of that, for all those Castlevania fans out there, Season 3 will be dropping in early March as well, so I am excited for that as well. So it's like, a lot's going on in the otaku community. A lot of things are going on in the anime community, and I still want to be a part of it, and I don't want to leave that behind, all because of the fact of all these changes. And, you know, let's face it, change is very frightening for many, because it's not, you know, you're comfortable. We humans are habitual. We're comfortable in our own space, and then when we're challenged with any type of adversity, or challenged by something that's completely different and something they're not accustomed to, they tend to lash out. They tend to feel, you know, they have to defend themselves for things to remain the same, which to a certain extent I understand, but sometimes change is good. So that's pretty much the long and short of it. It's just that I'm going through a transitional period, with, you know, outside forces that, you know, unfortunately, that has to come first for the time being before I can actually do more of these live streams. You know, and I hope you guys understand. You know, like I said, I don't want to leave you guys. I don't want to leave the community. I don't want to think that I'm going away. I will forever be an otaku. I will forever be a comic book fan, a geek, a nerd, or a Pokemon fan. That's never going to change. It's just, things are just going to be different for a little bit, and it, you know, it might be uncomfortable and such. Maybe I'll do an unboxing here and there of some sort. You know, I will get that chance to do it every so often. You know, even that I have to dial back because things are in a transitional period. So, you know, unfortunately, those who like my unboxes or my, my plushes, or seeing me fool around with my plushes, it's going to be a while before that happens. Especially the fact that if I don't get them online, usually I get them at conventions, and they're sort of like my memento for that convention that I went to. Like, you know, you've seen my videos. I could talk, you know, basically strolling down memory lane with some of the plushes that I have, the many plushes that I have, the great cuties that I have. So, yeah, it's just, you know, things are just going to be changing a little bit. Artwork will be a little bit more slowed down a little bit. I'll try to get as like many done during the week. Like, for those who requested commissions from me, and may I mind you, I'm still open for commissions. There's not really a time where I cut off commissions. Like some people who have a huge flood of commissions, there's a certain time frame that they go. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I really wish to. I really wish, I hope I get that support later on, or my business will grow during that time. But, you know, we'll just have to see. A lot of this is a wait and see type scenario, wait and see type of moment. And, you know, again, like I said, I am so lucky to have you guys. You have no idea, just the support and the reassurance and the little things that you guys do. Like, you know, getting my name out there, even though it's not, I'm not really much, you know, I consider myself very simple. But I do dream of big things, and especially, you just have to. If you have something that you really want in life, you just have to go for it and keep dreaming big, even if these things in life changes start to scare you a bit. And it's tough, and it hurts from time to time. We call my grandma used to call them growing pains. And she's like, "You're going through growing pains, honey." And yeah, that's basically what's going on. And if anybody says that you don't grow throughout your life, they're not telling you. they're lying. Because you always go through changes. And as long as you live on this planet, you go through changes, and a lot of the changes sometimes can be very uncomfortable or hurtful. Depending, of course, depending on the situation at large, but, you just have to muscle through them. And as long as you have the support of your friends and family and whatever you're doing, which that's why I'm very grateful for you guys, that I feel from time to time I can do anything. I really, one of the reasons why I do artwork in general is because I like making people happy. I like bringing beauty to this world, even though at times this world can be very unforgiving, it can be very cruel, especially now. Everything seems to be darker and darker as the days go by, but you can't give up. No matter what you do, you have to push forward, you have to keep going, and you may be stressed out, you might be tired, you might be burned out. Sometimes you have to stop, maybe take a bit, breathing, smell the flowers for a bit, and then keep pushing through. But of course, like I said, with the support of your friends, family, or your loved ones, somebody that's close to you can really help out as well. So I really appreciate you guys. Whether you call me Evie Mom or Kitty Sapphire, either way, all of you, family, friends, loved ones, watchers, supporters, I thank you. And I really love you guys. Oh yeah, by the way, it's Valentine's Day. So this is a good way to celebrate those things. To remind yourself that, that you are loved. That you are loved, you're worth it, and you should really, really push forward to your dreams. Oh, and by the way, if for argument's sake you feel by yourself, you also have yourself to love. And there's nothing wrong with self-love. Actually, it's quite beneficial to like yourself, let alone love yourself. It's very important. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my live stream at best. If you guys have any questions, comments, you can leave at the bottom of the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys around. Maybe sometime next week when it's not so hectic and I'm not preparing for a convention or anything like that. So yeah, I'll see you guys maybe next week sometime. All right? So I love you guys. Bye. Okay. What? You sure you want to